Yes. Good evening. My name is Wallace Bradley, and I'm the host of the Bradley Report. I'm also the president of United Peace, Inc. This show is presented by United Peace, Inc. It's produced by none other than the chairman of United Peace, Inc. That's Terry Marsh Bradley, and I'm so glad that she's my wife. We got an interesting show. There's so much that's happening in Chicago with the DNC coming in and everyone's coming in town this week. CAN TV is going to be doing something that it hasn't done within the last 40 years. So I'm glad that they have a new executive director, Brother Darius, and I'm glad they have a new board that's understanding that CAN TV in Chicago can be just as global as CAN TV, and this board and executive director mine wanted to be. We're going to talk about voter registration. We're going to talk about how the evangelicals are for Harris. And we're going to talk about how everyone is realizing that Trump and this move, his MAGA movement against hate, no, his MAGA movement of hate and division, him and his, what can I say, his running mate, J.D. Vance. And they're trying to stop the momentum of Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz. That's W-A-L-Z. And for all of us that's been waiting, the vice president candidates are going to have their debate October the 1st. Is that going to be an October surprise? Where you got one veteran talking against another veteran, and all the veterans find that not to be righteous. But we're going to talk about policy. They're going to probably talk about 2025 and how J.D. Vance wrote the foreword for this book that they all trying to run away from. And I'm going to give my perspective, because one thing I want everybody to know. I'm rolling with Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz, in the name of humanity and democracy. That's my transparency. But without further ado, Sister Amani, could you hit that first piece?
Hey, my name is Harold Nooney Ward. We got an important election coming up. We need you to participate. The only way you can make history with us is you register to vote. On August 18, 2024, we having a vote registration drive at Vision, 11901 South Loomis. We ask you to come out and register vote from 17 years old on from 12 o'clock noon to 6 o'clock noon. Come join us, register to vote.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Sweeper here at the Bud Billiken Day Parade, and I just want to tell y'all the importance of getting out and voting.
It's very important to register to vote. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but register. And if you're not sure if you're registered, you need to check.
Listen, if we want change, and we need change in this country, you got to get out and register to vote.
If we vote, we can make sure we have our representation.
Register and go vote.
This is the Bud Billiken Parade. It's a marker that we are in the middle of an election season. So it's important that you get out and exercise your power, exercise your vote. It's Mayor Brandon Johnson. Love y'all.
You know, I just saw where Vice President Kamala Harris is agreeing to another debate after the September the 10th debate. That's good. That's great. Because one thing the people are saying, the more Trump talk, the better for America. Because the people see that he's just weird. And what's important is that if you're not registered, you don't matter. And if you are registered and you don't vote, you don't count. So I'm glad my friend Harold Nooney Ward is doing his voter registration. And it's in the 21st Ward on 11901 South Loomis. I'm registered to vote. I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote early. I would ask you, my viewing audience, to do the same thing. And voter registration is a nonpartisan move. Everyone needs to register to vote. Who you vote for is up to you. But the one thing I love about this election is the MAGA Republicans are exposing themselves for what they stand on, especially the African Americans. I'll be seeing the sisters out there, everybody entitled to their opinion, the men out there. And I ask the question, how can you be for a man that has no respect for women, took the women's rights away from them, and brag about it, feel that it's okay for him to be able to grab a woman by her private parts, and has bragged about it? Went to court, lost the suit where he got to spend close to $400-some million because he was found to have sexually abused her. And says he wants to be a dictator. And I asked them, this same guy, Trump, and the MAGA Republican candidates feel that if your child should get raped and she may be 10 years old, they feel that that child should have that baby. A lot of women, and you're seeing them and you're hearing about it on the news. Anytime 44,000 African-American women come together, and then 160,000+ white women come together, because of what Trump did and took away their rights, and they are Republicans, and they are Democrats. But what's most importantly, they are women that's supposed to have say-so on what they do with their bodies. And they're coming out strong. And that's Kamala's momentum. When you see the various churches, when you see the evangelicals come out, and let it be known, they're not with Trump. When Trump has been putting it out there because he's to the super right. And if the world was really flat, like Christopher Columbus thought, or whomever thought that, Trump is so far right, he would have fell off. But they are in full support of that 2025 project. And the more people read about it, and you can Google it, don't take my word for it, Google it. For all African Americans that say they believe in reparations, know this, and you supporting Trump and that MAGA piece, nowhere in that 2025 project is any conversation or mention of reparations. As a matter of fact, Trump is trying to get rid of Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. But I want you to see the importance of CAN TV and what we are about to do so that you can be abreast of what's happening at the DNC. Sister Monty, could you hit that piece for me?
Get ready for exclusive hyper-local coverage of the Democratic National Convention with CAN TV. Join Hugo Balta and Andy Zopp for Chicago Politics, bringing you special live editions every night from 7 to 8 p.m. Our dynamic duo will analyze the biggest moments of the DNC, featuring expert analysis and unique insights from top political, civic, and community leaders. Expect special guests each night to provide diverse perspectives on the issues that matter most. Don't miss a minute of our live coverage starting Monday, August 19th at 7 p.m. on CAN TV Cable Channel 19. You can also stream it live on cantv.org or on the CAN TV Plus app. Your front row seat to the DNC is right here, only on CAN TV. Hyperlocal news, in-depth analysis. Experience the power of community television.
You know what's so wonderful about this and CAN TV and the DNC? In 1968, the Democratic National Convention was in Chicago. And my parents told me, don't go nowhere near that park. Grant Park, don't go downtown. Don't get caught up in following the agitators and the protest people. So I watched it on TV. And as I watched it and I saw how the police came down on the protesters because they weren't going to let them ride into Chicago, I was glad that I obeyed my parents. 68 convention was in Chicago. In 1996, I led a peaceful anti-violence protest during the Democratic Convention, one of the largest protests. It dealt with the organization United in Peace and 21st Century Vote. Peaceful. Young adults, they make no noise. We obeyed the rules. Wherever they allowed us to assemble and have a peaceful protest. You can Google that. Google Wallace Bradley and the 1996 Democratic Convention protest. And here I am today in this historical 2024 Democratic Convention, where a woman is the head of the ticket, who happens to be an African American and an Indian American woman, who is the vice president of these United States of America. And she picked a good candidate. Governor, Minnesota Governor, Tim Walz, W-A-L-Z. United in Peace, Inc. was in Minnesota when we was doing the gang peace summits as well. And the gentleman that's there representing United in Peace, Inc. is a very good brother. He works with the governor. He works with the attorney general. And we call him Mr. K. Good man. But like I was telling you, everyone is coming together. Black, white, Republicans, Democrats, independent voters, Muslims, Jews, Palestinians, Baptists, Protestant, because everybody has fear of this man that feels that he's above the law, a convicted felon that will be sentenced on September 18th. They're afraid of this man that refused to accept what's right, win, lose, or draw, the peaceful transformation of government. They asked President Biden if Trump was to win, would he go to the inauguration? Biden said this, and it's a matter of public documented facts. Even though Trump did not come to his inauguration, when he won, Trump didn't even believe in the peaceful transformation of power. To this day, Trump keeps telling the lie that he did not lose the 2020 election. But Biden said, if he was to win, it would be a peaceful transformation from his administration to the next administration. And I'm asking you voters, you don't want a dictator in office? Know that hope is a good thing to have, but it don't vote. In order to make sure the women get their rights, and we stand a chance to make sure that we can have our rights to vote without someone trying to take them away, vote Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, and Tim Watts and the Democratic ticket. Let President Biden, for the name of democracy and humanity, be able to have a righteous, not just passing the torch, to have a righteous transformation of power for the betterment of America, democracy, and humanity, to go to someone that knows what to do to make things right for this country, and give it to Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Watts is coming the next president and vice president of the United States. I told you how everybody's coming together. So I want you to see this piece. I think they mad at Trump because he keep acting like he is God. I think they mad at Trump because he said he do not believe in God. I believe they mad at Trump because they saw him stand out in Washington, D.C. and had the Bible upside down, and it showed the world, just like we seeing what's happening in the Supreme Court, when Alito did the flag upside down. Here's a man holding the Bible upside down, letting everybody know that he do not believe in the Bible. Can't have that man in office. But I want to show you how everyone is coming together. Sister Monty, could you play that piece for me?
Have you been to the cross and said, Lord, I have sinned. I'm sorry for my sin. I'm willing to change my way of life.
Have you ever asked God for forgiveness? That's a tough question. I'm not sure I have. I don't bring God into that picture. I don't.
That's serious. Everybody is seeing through the fallacy of this con man. And somewhere in the scriptures, I'm sure it may be in the Quran, I know it's in the Bible, somewhere in there is written that God is a jealous God. And he don't want no one to think that they can do for the people better than him. This man think because he put the Supreme Court judges up there to get rid of the women's rights, and made it where they can say that he's immune to his crimes, even if he ordered someone from, what can I say, an agency, the SEALs, assassins, American assassins, to go and murder his political rivals. He shouldn't be allowed to go to jail. And 6 of them agreed to that on the Supreme Court. Well, allow that man to be elected. We got the power in our hands. We the people. You want to be for the people. Don't let that person be over the people. And I want to say, vote, don't choke. No, vote in the November 5th election. Vote early, so you're going to help someone else get to the polls. I want to say to God be the glory. That's Gator's story. Dr. Wallace Gator Bradley, or you can call me Mr. Tibbs.